had the wrong motive for starting, but it was through the help of the Holy Spirit that I got convicted. I had to make more room for the Holy Spirit to speak to me. Hello, welcome to Gospel Everyday YouTube channel once again. If you're new here, please do also subscribe. And today I'm going to be sharing a story of how I stopped listening to secular music. So I'm just going to give you a background on what secular music is, and I'm going to tell you about my journey so far. If I listen to of course I did listen to secular music, and how it affected my life, and why I thought I should stop. How I did, like some little gist how I did stop. So first of all, I'm sure that you know all secular music are not bad. So that's true. We have good ones, we have bad ones. We have the ones that reminds you of our culture and our heritage. You know, anything secular has to do with the world and has to do with the flesh. But spiritual and gospel music and sounds are inspired by the Holy Spirit. So if it is not inspired by the Holy Spirit, that means definitely it is secular music. And you know that not all songs that are not inspired by the Holy Spirit are bad. So I just want to give you the definition of secular music. By now you should already know that secular music is secular songs are songs that are that are worldly, that are related to the flesh and carnal, that are just related to the world in general. I just want you to know that your heart is very important, your mind is very important, because out of it comes issues of life. So you should guide it very well. And I'm not in any position to tell you the kind of songs you should listen to, but I'm just here to tell you my story. So, have I ever listened to worldly songs? Have I ever listened to secular songs? Yes, I have. And I listened to a lot. And now I listen to some of them unintentionally. Sometimes I listen and I pay attention to the lyrics to just know what is this person saying, because the sound and the beat is nice, and then I just want to know what the person is saying. But I do not keep these things in my phone, and I do not create an atmosphere to listen to them. Yes. So do I think that secular music affects a Christian spiritual life? Of course it does, especially when it is a song that is talking about somebody's body and somebody's nakedness, talking about the anxiety of this world, talking about the trouble of the world. Then now going further to remind me how bad it is to be in Nigeria. I'm not saying it is bad to be in Nigeria, but sometimes secular songs affect your spiritual life in the sense that they point you and make you focus on the bad things, and you tend to forget that there are good things actually in life. And they sometimes secular songs direct your focus to sadness, to depression. You're like, I don't want to say goodbye. I can't eat. I cannot sleep. Those some kind of songs I don't really understand. What is your motive? What are you trying to tell me? What? You're inspiring me because of your song. I'm now inspired not to eat. I'm now inspired to feel like everybody will have heartbreak in this life. But I just want you to know that secular music affects your life. And without ranting, I'm just going to go in details what I wrote down in my book. It does affect your spiritual life because it can cause depression. From the examples that I have given, you already know. It can cause some strange urges, especially sexual urges. I'm being plain here. This was how it affected my spiritual life back then. So maybe not for you, you're good, but for me, it can lead you into thoughts of some things are not healthy, and it can lead you into lustful desires. It can change your personality. It can change the way you see things. It can change your ideologies and your mindsets. So I feel like more, other than listening to secular songs and listening to secular music, I rather listen to gospel music that will edify me, that will that will make me improve, that will make me grow. That is what I think. Yeah, your opinions are accepted. Would I advise anyone to stop listening to worldly music? Especially if you're a Christian, I just feel like, and you're trying to grow, you should. So I want to tell you about how I stopped listening to worldly music. First of all, I remember my sister, she came back home. She told us that she had joined choir and they told her that she should not listen to worldly music from her school. But I don't know, because I don't know if I asked her, why did they tell you to stop? Or are you really going to stop? Or maybe just in school you stop listening to it because you inquire in school, and when you come home maybe you listen. But she said it, and when she said it was as if she was like convincing me to stop. But I was like looking at her like, I don't see any reason. So sometimes if you don't know the reason why you are doing something, then you will not know why you should stop. So I didn't know why, because I have people that I love their music, I love the way they sound, and I'm listening to them, and then suddenly a choir tells me that I should stop listening. Definitely, if I go home or if I'm somewhere else, maybe I would listen to it. But because I'm obedient, maybe I would stop listening to it. Well, I could be drawn back to it because I don't know why. So there was a day that after that, I made up my mind I would reduce the way I have worldly music in my phone, and I deleted it. But I had this very nice ringtone, and one day somebody called me, and that day they called me at the very wrong period because they were praying for me. I was a leader in church. It was prayer meeting, Monday prayer meeting. They called me out. They're like, Mama, come out. And everybody was praying for me, and then my phone started ringing. And my papa was like, woman of God, woman of God. I was embarrassed. From then on, I said I would delete this song from my. So that embarrassment made me stop, because I felt like, if this is not something I want to do in front of people, why am I using it as my ringtone? If my church members will see me and be like, this girl. So first of all, it was because of embarrassment and disgrace and because of my reputation. But then, the next step was when I listened to a message by Apostle Joshua Selman. I don't know if you know that man. But he was preaching and I was just crying. And I just knew that I had to sanctify myself. And if I want to sanctify myself, I have to start with my heart. I'm going to read Romans 12 verse 2 before I continue. It says, do not conform yourselves to the standards of this world, but let God transform you inwardly by a complete change of your mind. Then you will be able to know the will of God, what is good and is pleasing to Him and is perfect. The more you look at Jesus, the more you will know what He wants, the more you will know His will, the more you will know His standard. So I started looking more at Jesus, and these songs were not more giving me that pleasure that it was giving me. Like sometimes I would want to cry and I don't have any motivation to cry. I'll just listen to some song and I'll just be there crying. And it's not as if I'm broken to the Lord. It's not helping my spiritual life in any way. So I want to give you a quick background story of how I started listening to worldly music in the first place. Before my teenage, before I became a teenager, I didn't listen to worldly music. I didn't like it. Even my mom didn't want us to sing it. Sometimes we found ourselves singing the song and my mom would be like, I don't want to hear that from your mouth again. And so I grew up that mentality. But being a teenager, I got pressured into it because everybody that was cool was listening to worldly songs, and then I just wanted to fit in. So I had the wrong motive for starting, and then I continued. I got comfortable in it. But it was through the help of the Holy Spirit that I got convicted and I let go of it. So I had to make more room for the Holy Spirit to speak to me, which was letting those junks go. So that was it. So I just want to pray for you today that God will help you and give you the grace to let go of anything that will not make room for Him, anything that would be against and oppose your spiritual growth, and oppose the relationship and intimacy that you're supposed to have with Him. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video till the end. God bless you, and I'll see you in my next video.